4 children killed and wounded in Hasakah. 2 in a fire in their tent, 2 in a bomb explosion. Crimes against the Syrian people, especially the Syrian children, continue in the regions infested with NATO's Al-Qaeda and Kurdish SDF proxies. The Western mainstream media and Western officials are silent about these atrocities as they want this to be the new norm of Syria, similar to the other countries they invaded across the globe. But for them, God forbid the Syrian army moves to liberate the Syrian territories from the human garbage inflicting all these crimes on the Syrian people. The entire criminal Western propaganda machine comes to work to demonize the victims and glorify the human garbage. 2 children killed in a fire in Al-Hol camp. Syria lost 2 children in a fire in their tent in the infamous Al-Hol concentration camp for displaced Syrians in the eastern countryside of Hasakah province, northeast of Syria. Al-Hol camp for Syrian refugees. Al-Hol concentration camp, one of the 2 camps inside Syria for displaced Syrians, is run by the US-sponsored Kurdish SDF separatist armed groups and holds thousands of Syrian families hostages against their will in super miserable conditions alongside families of the terrorists themselves they fled from. Thousands of Syrian families are held against their will by US forces and the Kurdish SDF separatist armed group proxy in the infamous Al-Hol concentration camp in the eastern Hasakah countryside. Similarly, thousands more of Syrian refugees are held against their will by US forces and their ISIS-affiliated proxies in the infamous Raqban concentration camp in the depth of the Syrian desert near Iraq and Jordan borders. A child killed her sister wounded in Darbasir. In another incident, a bomb was detonated next to a passenger's van in the city of Darbasir on the borders with NATO member state Turkey. A child was killed on the spot and her sister sustained severe wounds from shrapnel all over her small body. Nobody claimed responsibility for this heinous crime and no condemnation by the Western humanitarian hypocrite bastards for this crime.